Use. Good. Okay. And it looks like some of you are in maybe cottages or something, which is amazing. So hopefully you're already in the mood to chill out a little bit and have a nice relaxing stretch session. So when you're ready, you're just going to come on up to standing. I'm going to get my cushion actually, just in case, or my towel, just in case there's some kneeling. Okay. So we'll start with our feet parallel, relaxed through the shoulders, and just circling the arms up. It's our usual inhale, reaching up, and then exhale, relaxing the arms down. Good. Breathe in through your nose and stretch up. And then breathe out and relax. We'll do 3 more just to give everybody a chance to sort of settle in. Good. Maybe noticing how your body feels today. See if you can get your spine feeling nice and open, already nice and tall. And again, inhaling up. Good. And exhaling down. This is so good. Let's do one more time. Inhale your arms up to the ceiling. And then exhale, arms down. Okay, you're gonna just start to pedal your feet. So don't lift your feet fully off yet. Just lift one heel and then the other heel. And open and close your hands, stretching the webbing between your fingers, relaxing your shoulders. Good. Carolina, that looks good. I can see you both really well from all angles. Yeah, that's good. Good. Keep pedaling your feet, everybody, and circle your wrists at your sides. Good. Warm up those toe joints, those feet, and the wrists. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the jaw. Good. Really nice. Change the circle of the wrist to the other way. So just a few breaths. Nice big wrist circles. Good, and then change your arms to internal and external rotation and try to work with your elbows turning in and out so that it's not just your hands, but the whole upper arm bone, that humerus, is spinning forwards and backwards and forwards and backwards. Very good. Keep your arms going and let's start to pick the feet up into a nice march. Lifting the knees up only as high as it feels good. If your hips need a second to warm up, start with smaller marches and slowly work your way up to having your knees up in line with your hip. So a nice lift. And then grow really tall through your spine. Push your head up to the ceiling. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Nice work, everybody. I want you to start to take your arms in front of you, turning the arms in and out. And I want you to look at your elbow creases, turning them up to the ceiling and down to the floor. And notice how that really engages the shoulders, but try not to engage the upper traps, right? So the space between neck and shoulders is soft. Now start to take your arms up towards your ears and try to keep that upper trap area soft and think about your armpits. When you externally rotate your arm bones, your armpits should feel like they're shining forward as that shoulder blade wraps underneath the armpit. Good, armpits facing forward when you turn out. Let's go out to the sides and keep turning them in and out as you bring your arms down, circling down to your sides. Awesome work. And then we're gonna bring the arms all the way down and take the feet out wide. Here we go. Let's shift the weight from side to side. Your knee is bending over the middle of the foot. We're going to start with the left hand today, drawing an infinity symbol with your wrist and your hand. So be articulate and nice and flowy through the wrist and the hand. Get those bones and joints moving. And then start to bend and straighten the elbow so that the elbow joint is also getting some nice movement and lubrication. And it's kind of like you're diving the arm up and down. And then here comes the shoulder joint. So now bigger, and you're going to think about your left collarbone and shoulder blade moving. And almost imagine the collarbone batting the arm back and the shoulder blade batting the arm forward. Yeah, that looks really good. Then go back to just the elbow. Yeah, really good. And then just back to the wrist and the hand. And then let the right hand take over. Right hand and wrist, very articulate, very flowy. Waking up all of those joints. You've got a bunch of bones in the wrist, lots of bones in the hand. So let's get those all moving. And then start to bend and straighten the elbow. And you can think about the forearm bones kind of diving down and then up and then down and then up. So we're really carving and moving at the elbow joint. And then here comes the shoulder. So the big movement, moving the shoulder, feeling the collarbone backs the arm backwards and the shoulder blade backs the arm forward. So really engaging and waking up the right upper quadrant of the torso. That's it. Nice work. And this will all come in handy later. So bend at the elbow again. We'll articulate the elbow joints. And then we'll articulate the wrist and the hand. And then we'll come into the center. Bring your feet and your knees all the way together. Hands just on the knees and circle the knees. Give me a little posterior tilt and a little tuck of the chin. And try to keep the spine really long as you move the knees. That's it. Go the other direction, circling the knees, imagining the spine to just stay suspended in a nice long diagonal while the knees sweep around, big circle below. Good, now pause with the knees, come up to standing and take your feet wider than your hips, hands on your hips and circle. So now the hips are going to circle around. Good. Keeping the crown of the head pointing at the ceiling. So we're really moving at the pelvis. Good work. Go the other way. Circle your hips around. Keep the head and neck suspended above. Exactly. Good. Take your hands across your chest. Draw an infinity symbol with your pelvis. And try to keep your head and neck suspended above your shoulders. So the pelvis moves, but the head and the neck don't. Nice work. Check that you're breathing still in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then go the other way, letting the hips swivel around. Soft ankles and knees and hips. Suspending the head and the neck up in space. Just hovering above the shoulders. Good, and now take your hands to the base of your skull. You can lace your fingers, point your elbows forward so the shoulders are nice and easy. And we're gonna do posterior, anterior tilt. So I'm just gonna go tuck and untuck. And see if I can keep the head and neck nice and long and still. And move just the pelvis. Nice work, so we're isolating the pelvis. A little bit the lumbar spine too, right? You're gonna feel your low back lengthening and then curving or arching. Now stay in the posterior tilt and slide your ribs from side to side. Keep your head back in your hands and keep your neck long. Translate those bottom ribs. And now take the bottom ribs in a circle around the top of the pelvis. And go slowly enough that your pelvis isn't moving, but your ribs are moving. Go the opposite direction. Ribs gliding in a circle above the pelvis. Neck and nice and long. Chin is slightly in. Nice work from here. Land in the center, fingertips to shoulders. Heel toe your feet out a little wider. Turn the toes and knees in, so we're in our classic voyeur stance, and take the shoulders side to side. So translating at the level of the elbows, collarbones, and shoulders. Yeah, great job. That looks really good. We're just going to do translations today. We'll do side bending once we're on the floor. So let's do 8 more translations, right and left, and right and left. Try to translate from the collarbones. 1 more each side. And then come into the center. Keep everything centered with the posterior tilt. Take your hands and make a house over your head. Good. And try to translate your ears. side to side. So slide one ear towards the elbow and then the other ear, and make it as small as you need to so that there's no side bending, no rotation, just a pure translation, no rib cage movement. Awesome. Okay, come into the center, relax your arms, relax your pelvis, bring your feet underneath you, give everything a little shake. So we'll shake out the arms, we'll shake out the feet, and then we'll do our standing ELDOA. Really nice work. So feet parallel. If you can, lift your big toe only, but the really important part is that you press the base of the big toe, the ball of the big toe down. Then we'll turn our shins out and turn our thighs in. We're gonna slightly posterior tilt the pelvis just so that the low back is smoothed out. And then bring the hands behind the head once more so that your head has something to slide backwards into. Relax your sternum, point the xiphoid process down, and grow tall, tall, tall through your spine. Let's release one arm out at a time, externally rotating from the shoulder as best as you can, and then start to float the arms up, keeping the tops of the shoulders easy. Feel the ball of the big toe still pressing down, even as your arms come up towards the sides of your face. And then let's grow taller through the spine. So imagine your spine as this very central column in the body, and I want you to stretch it up and down. Soft breath. Make sure that sternum and the tip of it, the xiphoid process, points down. Ears are back, chin is in. Keep breathing as you stretch. We still have about 20 seconds left. Press the ball of the big toe down. Soften the tops of the shoulders. Reach up through the heels of the palms. Good, relaxing the jaw. Here we go, last 5, 4, keep inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Then we'll release the left arm and then the right arm. And then the left leg and the right leg. Good, and then the spine and the eyes. Relax everything. Good, and then let's aim the camera down to the floor and sit down for a moment to work on side bending the upper spine. So here we go. Nicely done, everybody. I think we're well on our way. We'll do a little upper body stretch in a moment, but I just want to get this kind of the upper side of the rib cage opened. So take your left hand behind your head and just side bend over to the right. And your hand is behind your head to help you keep your head back in line with the rest of the spine. And then just gently press your right hand into the floor and push your left armpit away from your hand. So it's like you're making a diagonal between your right hand and your left armpit. And just stay and breathe here for about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then slowly relax all of that. Come up through center. Good. And then the right hand goes behind the head and you start to side bend over to the left. Feel your left hand on the floor and gently push into your left hand and push your right armpit away from the left hand. So that diagonal stretch. Head is back in line with the rest of the spine, and we breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then slowly release. Good. Give your shoulders a little wiggle. Okay, and now we're going to rest the left hand on top of the head with your palm facing up. So the back of the hand is on the head, exactly, palm is up. Relax your left shoulder. Reach your right arm down alongside you, but off the floor this time, and externally rotate that arm. Now you're going to translate your armpit, your left armpit to the left, and push up through that left elbow and down through the right hand. So it's a similar diagonal, but the elbow pulls up to the ceiling, the hand presses to the floor. Keep your sit bones level on the ground, keep your chin in, long neck, and just try and open up the upper ribs
under that left armpit for 5, 4, 3, 2, good job. 1, come slowly out of that, relaxing the arms. Good, let's do the other side. So back of the right hand is on the top of your head. Relax that right shoulder. Take your left arm out, nice low diagonal, external rotation from the shoulder joint. Slide your sternum, your upper ribs, your collarbones to the right, and then start to push your right elbow up to the ceiling and your left palm down and away. So the diagonal through the elbow, from elbow through heel of the hand, is what you're focused on here, just for another 5. 4, keep the spine long and sit bones heavy. 3, 2, 1, and then slide everything back to center and release your arms. Good, in between, we're gonna put the feet flat, hold on behind the thighs, stay facing the front, but we're just gonna do this little nugget where you rock back and forth. So you're holding on and you're just rolling through the lumbar spine, roll off the sit bones along the sacrum and back up. And you go back as far as it feels good. Keep the shoulders and jaw relaxed. So we'll do maybe 3 more of those. This is kind of our intermission to sort of let the tension go. And next time you come back up, let the knees fall open. Reach your arms forward and lower than your chest. So we're going to stay in line with the xiphoid process. External rotation and extended wrists. Let the shoulders drop down away from the ears. And then imagine you're like a kitten getting picked up by the mama cat. So the nape of the neck starts to pull back and the arms start pulling forward. And you can start to drop the chin and round the upper back a little bit. And your goal is to pull your upper back and pull your arms forward with the same effort, the same amount. Shoulders are down, breathing with a soft jaw, and you should feel like you're creating a big window between your shoulder blades for 5, 4, nice work. Reach both arms equally. Good, and then to come out, the arms float down. And you roll up nice and tall through your spine and you relax your shoulders. Good. Last stretch is the corkscrew. So you're going to put your right hand behind your head and reach your left arm forward. Again, lower the arm so it's about in line with the tip of the sternum. Tuck your tail and tuck your chin. Here we go. We're going to start to rotate so the elbow pulls behind us, but the face stays facing forward. And the left palm pushes an imaginary surface away. Pull the elbow back, push the palm forward, keep the spine straight. Yeah, nice work. Eyes stay facing front, nose stays facing front. Last 5, 4, twist the upper thoracic cage around the spine. Good work. And then you're going to slowly release. Bring the arms in, give your shoulders a gentle shake, shake, shake. You've done great. Let's do the other side. So left hand behind the head, right arm comes forward, a little lower than the shoulder. Elongate your spine, smooth out that low back. And let's start to rotate, working to keep the face facing front. Good, while the elbow pulls behind us and the heel of the right palm pulls forward. Shoulders are away from the ears. Can you feel the upper thoracic cage in a nice twist? Relax your jaw. Good, Eric, lower your arm a little bit. See if it feels, like you can get it into the upper back. Nice work. Last 3, 2, very good, everybody. Let's come out of the rotation a little bit. Relax the arms down. Good, give your spine a little wiggle. Very good. Okay, so hopefully you feel your upper back. Let's think about that in cat-cow. So come on to hands and knees. And we're going to move into flexion and extension, really focusing on that upper back area. So hands are spread out on the mat under the shoulders, knees are under the hip joints. And then we're going to lift the back body up to the ceiling, tucking your tail, tucking your chin. Stay here and rock front to back a little bit. And I want you to imagine you're scratching your upper back on the ceiling. Try to keep your shoulders away from your ears, but just a gentle rock forward and back. Then pause in the center and release into a gentle cow so the ribs can drop and the chin and the tail can gently lift. Breathing in and out here and shift forward and back. So again, thinking about the upper thoracic area, staying in a beautiful long extension, neck like a swan as you go forward and back. Good work, everyone. Come into the center, right into the, like a flat spine, and then bend your right elbow and rotate your chest to the left. Try to face your sternum to your left bicep. And then come up to center, inhale. Exhale, bend your left elbow, rotate your chest to the right, face your sternum to your right bicep. Inhale, center. Let's exhale and bend the right elbow and rotate to the left. Exactly. Inhale to the center. Exhale, bend the left elbow and rotate to the right. And inhale, center. One more each side. Exhale to rotate. Let the sternum turn in the chest. And then coming to center. Inhale. Exhale, rotate right. And then coming to center. From here, sitting back on your bum just for a moment, we're going to repeat the corkscrew stretch, and then we're going to do our upper trapezius, actually our mid-trapezius stretch. So legs in an easy, lazy diamond. Let's put the right hand behind the head and reach the left arm forward. Shoulders away from the ears, smooth out the low back and lower the left arm a little bit. And then go ahead and rotate so that the elbow pulls back. Keep your face facing forward and pull that left arm way forward, out, away from the body. Everybody stay. We're going to breathe in and out here. And everyone's doing a beautiful job of keeping the ribs lined up with the top of the pelvis. So that looks super nice. Good. Tina, lower the arm a little and just see how it feels. Like you kind of want to get it into the upper thoracic. Good. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming out of the rotation, release your arms. Give things a quick little shake, and then we'll do the other side. Left hand behind the head, right arm forward, growing the spine and lengthening, and then starting to rotate, working to keep the face facing forward, working to keep the bottom ribs lined up with the top of the pelvis. Good, lowering that front arm a little bit. Can you pull the elbow back a little bit more and then match that with the front arm pulling forward a little bit more? So stay and breathe. You want that inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose or mouth. Good, soften the sternum. Last 5, 4, good work. 3, 2, nicely done, everyone. Come out of the rotation. Release your arms down. Good. Come onto your hands and knees. And it's time to feel that rotation in our trapezius myofascial stretch. We're going to start with the right arm. Thread the needle, right hand between left hand and left knee. And you're going to tuck your chin as you try to sink the right shoulder onto the ground. See if you can make your left arm look like it's doing a one-arm push-up. And you do actually push that hand into the ground. Tuck your chin, soft inhale, exhale, and try to pull the shoulders down away from the ears. And pull the shoulder blades wide across the back. So you're making that beautiful window between the shoulder blades. If you should need more stretch here, only if you do, round the upper back a little more. And if you need even more, shift your hips forward 1 millimeter, but only if you need that. Last 5, 4, great work, everyone. 3, 2, 1, and you're going to come slowly out. So softening the chest, softening the spine. Good. In between here, I want you to lift your ribs up to the ceiling, that cat back again, shift forward and back a couple times. Practice doing this with the shoulders away from the ears. And then let the ribs lower, lift the chin, lift the tail, so a bit of extension, and go forward and back. So you want to feel like the spine of the sternum is beautifully long. The beginning of your neck is behind, well, imagine it starts behind the sternum. Yeah. Now come to neutral, so a flat spine. And let's twist. Thread the left hand between right hand, right knee. Try to get the left shoulder nice and heavy on the floor. Chin tucks in, and the right arm should look like it's doing a push-up. You do actually press the right hand into the ground a little bit. Pull the shoulders down away from the ears and widen the shoulder blades around the back so that you can open that window between your shoulder blades. Round your upper back into a cat spine if you need it. Good, Mark, tuck your chin just a little bit more. Great job. And then if you like, shift your hips forward the tiniest bit to deepen the stretch for 5, 4, good, Miriam, round your upper back more. Make it a hunchback between the shoulder blades. Yes, 3, 2, 1, and then we'll slowly release the spine, the pelvis. Great job. Coming back to hands and knees. And just once more, cat back, so the ribs lift, tuck your chin and tail, shift forward and back. Breathing just a couple of times here. And then the other way, lower the ribs, lift the crown and tail, shift forward and back. Jaw relaxed. Nicely done, everyone. Come to a seated position. And you can change your seat as much as you need over the next couple of ELDOAs, but we're going to do a couple sets of them here for the shoulders. So you can sit on your heels or sit on your bum or your whatever. You can sit on a chair, even if you want to. We're going to do this with both arms out today. So take your left and right arm out to the sides, Christmas tree angle. Externally rotate your arms and extend your wrists. Now, think about the shoulder joint. I want you to turn the arm out from the shoulder joint a little more. Reach the tail down, reach the crown of the head up, and let your collarbones slide apart without your ribs pushing forward. Good. This is our setup. We're in the foundation. Now we're going to let the left ear tip to the left shoulder. Don't change anything else. Nicely done. Then rotate your head to the right. And look down, letting your chin come closer to your chest. So you are going to flex your neck spine forward. Turn your arms out from the shoulder joint and push through the heels of the palms. Everyone keep going. Widen the collarbones away from each other. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, beautiful work. Come out of the rotation of the neck and out of the side bend. Good, we're going to go the other way. Keep the spine smoothed out and tip your right ear to your right shoulder. Good, pause here to breathe. Can you turn the shoulder joints into more external rotation? Rotate your head to the left. Keep the heels of the palms gently reaching. And then lower the chin down so you're flexing the neck spine. Soft breath, soft jaw, eyes are looking down. Turn the arms out a little bit more like they're dialing back. Good work. Let that right ear be a little lower than the left. Last 5. 4, let your chin come down towards your throat. 3, 2, yes, good. Now come out of the rotation and out of the side bend. Good, relax both arms down. And then just an easy shoulder shrug. Inhale up and exhale down. And inhale up and exhale down. And one more. Inhale up and exhale down. Nice work. If you wish to change your seat, feel free. We're going to do another one here. So here we go. Arms going out to the sides. Externally rotate from the shoulder joint. So think about the elbow creases. Think about the biceps turning to the ceiling. Good. This time, we're going to tip the right ear to the right shoulder first. Keep your collarbones horizontal and sliding apart. Rotate your head to the left. Keep your tail reaching down. Keep the collarbones level and lift your chin like you're turning your nose up at your left hand. So you're tipped to the right with the right ear, turning the neck to the left and lifting the chin. And now both collarbones pull wide. Both arms externally rotate. The spine is long. The ribs are level with the top of the pelvis. Hold and breathe for 5, 4, nicely done. 3, let the chin lift. For 2, yes, good. And then bring the chin down and come out of your rotation, out of your side bend. Find the spine. We're gonna go the other way. So left ear to left shoulder. Nice easy breath. I know this is a lot of work. It looks like nothing and it's a lot. Rotate your head to the right. Collarbones wide, heels of the palms reaching. Start to lift your chin away from your right shoulder. Keeping the left ear a little bit tipped, keeping the head to the right. Lift, 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 lift the chin. Soft breaths. Let the arms turn out more. Turn those biceps. Reach through the heels of the palms. Slide the collarbones apart. Good, really nice. Line up the base of the ribs with the top of the pelvis for 5. Oh my God, that's beautiful, everybody. For 4, 3, 2, fantastic. Bring the chin down. That was the best costoclavicular ELDOA I've ever seen. Come out of your rotation. Relax your arms down. Take one shoulder shrug and then lie down on your back for neck ELDOA number 1. So let's make our way down onto our back with our knees bent and our feet flat. Truly, that was such an excellent neck, or technically it's a shoulder ELDOA. What you just did was really good. So notice how your upper back feels on the floor here. Maybe by this point in the class, you can really feel the upper thoracic nice and heavy and maybe even nice and long. Let's bring the knees in over the chest. Flex your feet so there's a little bit of energy in the soles of the feet. And if you like, wiggle your hips away from your ribs. But either way, reach the sit bones long and reach the bones behind the ears away from the shoulders. So you're lengthening your neck, thoracic, lumbar, and sacral spine. Take your arms up to the ceiling. Externally rotate your arms and extend your wrists. Push up through the heels of the palms. And then lower your arms towards your hips until your middle finger hovers off the floor. From that position, push your arms further away from you so your shoulders move another inch or so away from your ears. That's it. Now open your arms to a low V. We were pretty much just in that position seated. Good. Collarbone sliding wide. Biceps facing the ceiling. Jaw soft. Push through the heels of your palms and sink the upper thoracic into the floor. Let the base of the skull pull away from the upper back and exhale. Nice exhale to soften the sternum. Last 10 seconds, if you wish, you can float the back of the head just off the floor. Make sure your base ribs are an anchor for that and reach more through the heels of the palms. Last 5, 4, 3, good. 2, if your head is up, bring your hands behind your head and lower your head down with your hands. Put your feet down one at a time. Relax your arms by your sides and relax your spine and your eyes. Take a couple of breaths here. That was a nice low V position with the arms. Just check that you have room. Now we're going to do a nice overhead V position with the arms. So make sure you have space to do that. Nice, really good. And if you lift your head, do bring your hands behind your head to lower it down, even if it feels like you can, just because it's just a nicer thing for the muscles in the front of the throat. So let's take the knees back in over the chest. Very similar here. Hold your shins just for a moment and take a couple of breaths. Feel the neck long, thoracic spine long, low back long. Flex the feet and engage or activate the soles of the feet. Reach your arms up to the ceiling. Externally rotate the arms, extend the wrists. Sink your chest down towards the floor. Soften your jaw. And then take those arms back towards your ears. Gently reaching through the heels of the palms. And then open the arms to a wide V. So as you open them, you should feel those armpits facing the ceiling, the biceps facing headward, the heels of the palms reaching, and even with the arms in an overhead V, the collarbones slide apart, the shoulder blades are wide, and then you're gonna pull the arms away from the torso, lengthen the neck away from the torso, and sink the chest. Good, maintain all of this tension. It looks really good. You're breathing and stretching continuously. If the low ribs feel anchored enough, float the back of the head 1 centimeter off the floor. Make sure the base ribs and the sternum are heavy though. Good, hold and lengthen for 5, 4, great job, 3, 2, bring your hands under your head if your head is up and support your head as you lower it. Put 1 foot down at a time, lower the arms, relax the spine and the eyes. Nicely done. Take a couple of breaths in and out. We're working our way down the lower part of the neck spine. So we have 1 more ELDOA that's going to get us to the bottom of the biomechanical neck, T12. So technically the top of your thoracic spine. Can you think about behind your collarbones where they meet your sternum? Think about that area. And imagine you could, just lying here right now, imagine you could pull your head and neck away from the collar, from the top of the sternum. So that part of the spine, lengthening out. All right, bring your knees back in over your chest and let's complete this little trifecta of the low neck. So we're gonna lengthen the spine. Maybe imagine the sit bones reaching while the bones behind the ears slide away from the shoulders. Take your arms up to the ceiling, external rotation, extended wrists, and keep the shoulders soft as you arc your arms all the way back towards your ears. Now I want you to imagine you have something to push against with the palms. So press an imaginary surface away quite strongly and press a surface away through your sit bones on the other end. So from the heels of your hands to your sit bones, you're pressing equally. That's it. Now everything in between needs to stay centered and long. The jaw and the sternum are really soft. Good, and from here, the roots of the neck, right behind that sternum, the top of the sternum, pull away, floating the back of the head if you feel secure, floating it maybe 1 centimeter off the floor for 10, 9, think sit bones to hands, spine centered, lengthening everything for 5, 4, exactly 3, 2, hands behind the head if you need it to lower the head. 1 foot down at a time to release the legs, and then arms release down, and then spine relaxes. Good, Arna, you can come out when you're ready. Good, nice easy breaths, nice and slow, good job. Let your head roll from side to side, everybody. Roll the head from side to side, good. And then pull your right knee into your chest and stretch your left leg out long. I just want to say a thank you to your hips for letting you do all those neck ELDOAs in a row. So we'll do kind of a pseudo general ELDOA stretch. You're going to flex both feet, stretch your left heel across the room. And then if you have the room, take your right arm back by your ear and stretch the heel of the right hand in the opposite direction. So you're just pulling that right knee in and stretching long left leg, long right arm. We're going to hold for 5, 4, deep breaths and centered spine for 3, 2, 1. And then just bring the right arm back to the shin, relax your feet. And let's switch sides. So we're going to hug the left knee in and stretch the right leg nice and long. Good. Take a couple of breaths here. A nice passive stretch for those hips. And then flex both feet and think about the right heel sliding across the room. And then release the left arm if you have room back by your ear. It's okay if you don't have room for the arm as well, just do the leg. And you're gonna reach long, long leg, long arm, long centered spine. Soft breath. Relaxing the jaw. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then bring the arm up to the ceiling and relax it down to the shin. Relax the feet. Put your left foot down. Roll to your side. Come on up to a seated position. Good, nicely done. I'm going to come a little closer to you. We're going to mix a little bit of awareness exercise with another one of our ELDOAs. So you're going to need room for your right arm to be in front and your left arm to be out to the side in a bit. Okay. For now, smooth out the low back, lengthen the back of the neck, and put your left hand, on your collarbone where it meets your sternum, and take your right arm out in front. Use your shoulder blade, slide the shoulder blade back and slide the shoulder blade forward, and go slowly like this so that you're using your awareness not to move your rib cage. So just the shoulder blade sliding back, sliding forward. Now hold it forward. We're going to stay here. Keep the rib cage centered and the spine centered, but turn the right arm out more and push forward through the heel of your palm. Lower your eyes a little bit, reach up through the top of the head and down right through the pelvic floor, and push that arm forward. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now keep that arm where it is and reach your left arm out to the side, external rotation, extended wrist. So the left arm is straight out to the side from the shoulder. Tina, open your arm out to the side, the left one. Yes, good. And then nice. And then you're going to rotate your chest and your arm towards that left arm. But feel how much that right shoulder blade is pushing forward. Keep it going just for another few seconds and push the right shoulder blade towards that hand, left shoulder blade to left hand. 3, 2, 1. And then come out of the rotation and relax your arms down. Exciting. Good. Really nice. Okay. We're going to take the right hand to your left collarbone, and where it meets your sternum, take your left arm forward. I suddenly got really confused. Okay. Elongate your lumbar spine, elongate your neck. And now nice and slow, pull the shoulder blade backwards, push it forwards. So try to isolate the movement, just the shoulder blade. And if this one doesn't move as much as the other side, don't try to make it. Just do what it will do. Go with it. Okay, we're going to pull the shoulder blade back and then push it forward and hold it there in that forward position. This is what we really want. The shoulder blade pushing forward, the spine centered, the rib cage centered, the jaw relaxed. Turn the arm out more. Hold for 5, 4, 3, nice, Eric, 2, and 1. Take that right arm out to the side, external rotation, extended wrist. Do the same thing with the right shoulder blade. Push it towards the palm. Should feel like a lot of work, right? And then let's take the sternum and the left arm and rotate them towards the right arm. So you're closing the angle. In a perfect world, the arms will come to almost parallel to each other, but don't force it. Smooth out the lumbar spine and work those shoulder blades off the back towards the palms. That's a ton of work. Let's come out of the rotation and relax the arms down. Great job. Give your shoulders a little shake. So I hope that in our next rib ELDOA, that's the sensation across your upper back. Shoulder blades truly expanding to the sides and forward. So come on up to tall kneeling. I'm going to grab a cushion. We're going to have the right knee down and the left foot out to the side. This is kind of like the exciting ELDOA of the day today. And then we're going to move back to the spine. So we have left heel in line with right knee and a strong posterior tilt. So you want a nice long spine. Good. If it's possible, the side leg is straight. So you've got your toes pointing forward, good. I want you to scoop the outside edge of that left foot into the floor and engage the thighs. Wrap the muscles around the thigh bones to help hold you in place. Okay, so you're gonna have your one hand just above your pubic bones and the other hand just at the top of the sternum. And I want you to move your pelvis, tip your pelvis over and make sure your sternum goes with it. You don't have to go all the way over in line with your leg, just about 2/3 of the way. Yeah, exactly. So nicely done. Okay, and then let's come back up. The tip is looking really good. So I think the key is letting the notch of the sternum move with the pubic bones in that equal amount. So we're going to take the arms out to the side, one left to the side, right forward, external rotation, extended wrists. Push that right shoulder blade forward and push the left shoulder blade to the side. Start to tip the pelvis, taking everything up top with you. So the notch at the top of the sternum tips, the pubic bones tip, and we stop about 2/3 of the way. So go a little further, Pat. And yes, perfect. Okay, everybody stay. Anchor those shoulder blades like they're pulling off the back. Rotate your chest and your right arm towards your left arm to close the angle. Eventually, we would want the arms to be parallel, but you go as close to that as you can. And you're gonna lengthen the bones behind the ears away from the sit bones. Scoop the edge of the left foot on the floor. Everybody stay. You look pretty cozy. Eric, translate your ribs to the floor a little bit more, just so, yeah, that's fine. And let's hold for 5. 4, work those shoulder blades for me, off the back of the ribs into the hands. For 3, nice work, looks great. 2, 1, come out of the rotation and put your hands on your hips, and then just come out of the tilt and relax everything. Good, to the other side. Very, very good. Take the right foot out to the side, left knee down. Good. Let's put our hands on our hips for a second. Do a tilt and allow your hips to translate to the right so that you end up on an angle with this standing leg and then come up. Great, and now put your hands pubic bone and sternal notch and try to tip over without letting that side hip collapse. So you're just gonna keep the standing thigh, yes, very nicely done. Perfectly vertical. And you may have to adjust once you're tipped over. Come back up out of your tilt. That was really good. So scoop the outside of the foot, posteriorly tilt the pelvis and engage the muscles around the thigh bones. We'll take the right arm to the side and the left arm in front. External rotation from the shoulders, extend your wrists. Activate the shoulder blades. You're going to push each shoulder blade towards its respective palm. Then take your focus, your awareness to your sternum and your pubic bones and tip from the pelvis, taking everything up top with it into about 2/3 of the way in line with the leg. Adjust the bottom leg to vertical. Push the shoulder blades off the sides of the back and start to rotate your chest and your left arm towards your right arm, keeping that vertical standing leg outside of the right foot active, shoulder blades down and pressing into the heels of the palms. Good, ears pull away from the back of the pelvis. Good, Tina, tip a little bit further if you can, just a touch. Good, and reach through the palms and the shoulders for 5. You're doing great, Carolina, relax your eyes a little bit. Good, Jen, it looks really good. Verticalize your standing thigh, Jen, a little bit more. Move the pelvis to the left, last 3, 2, good job. Everybody come out of the rotation, bring your hands to your hips, come out of the tilt, well done. Let's come on to hands and knees and just do a gentle cat-cow, kind of just to let it go. So a way to just release a little bit. This is a very gentle cat-cow. Okay, great job. Come to seated. Let's do T6-7. We're going to start the denouement of the class with T6-7. So move the flesh out from under your sit bones. Good. Put your hands in prayer position at your sternum. right in front of your heart. Close your eyes. Line up your ears, shoulders, your ribs, and your pelvis. And then grow a little taller, all the way up along the spine. Good. Let's imagine we have a wall behind us, and we're going to try and stay lengthened along that wall. Every vertebra stretching. You can keep your eyes closed if you like. You're going to separate your palms and keep your fingertips together, and slowly but surely bring the arms up so they're hovering above the head, like you're about to put on a crown. Keep the spine long and just check the alignment of the ears and shoulders. Soften the sternum. Now point your elbows to the sides of the room and start to straighten the arms so that your hands move further and further up away from your head. Elbows still pointing to the sides. Pinky fingers still in contact with one another. Shoulder blades on the back of the rib cage. Breathing along the spine, getting taller and straighter and taller and straighter. Good. Move those arms up away from the top of the head. You can go even more. I know you can do it. Another inch. Yes, good. Then soften the sternum. Looks really nice. Fantastic work with the sternum and the ribs. Now let the shoulder blades slide up the back of the rib cage a little bit. That's going to push your arms up a little more. Good. We're going to hold here for 5. And 4, the softer you go behind the sternum, the more you can stretch. For 3, 2, and 1. Start to bend the elbows. Keep the spine so tall as you release your hands. Good, and really nicely done. Relax the shoulders, relax the neck, relax the jaw. Good. Okay, let's go to the wall, and we're going to put our legs up the wall. If there's a wall, hopefully there's a wall around. If there's not a wall, you can do the lying down ELDOA, which is the one where you basically, I think we've done this a few times in class, maybe. So it's like L5S1, but instead of having your legs up against something, you're just going to stretch your legs out along the floor. So that's an option too, and it's a really nice ELDOA. So yeah. Good. All right. Oh, good. So I have a bunch of people doing the, oh, there you go. Partner ELDOA. I love it. That's so great, you guys. Okay. I hope it's possible. Maybe rest for a second. Just give your legs a little break for a second and then we'll get into it. Okay. There you go. Good. That is great. I love it. Okay. Legs of the wall, people. You're just going to have your knees a little bit soft, feet relaxed. Mark, you just relax the front of the pelvis. Let's think about the spine lengthening out along the floor. You want your sit bones in contact with the wall if possible. That's it. Now let's take the arms up to the ceiling. External rotation, extended wrist. Let the back of the head pull away from the upper back. Let the ribs sink into the floor. Let the sacrum drop. Stretching the legs long. You're going to turn the thighs in a little bit and reach up through your heels. Good. Arc your arms slowly back towards your ears. Yep, that's it. Nice. Carolina and Eric look like they're doing Cirque du Soleil. We're going to reach the sit bones and the heels of the palms away from each other. We're going to soften the sternum and the low belly. Good. Jen, bring your left arm up a little higher so it matches the right. Good. Then if you want, both can sink down a little bit, but let them go together. Yeah, don't force it. Don't force. Everybody, heels reach. Sacrum drops. Nice work, Mark. Sink the bottom ribs a little more and pull the back of the waistline long. Last 5 and 4 looks really good. 3 and 2 and 1. Bring the arms out of it. Softening the arms first, then the legs.
Good, nice. Then relax the spine, relax your eyes. Good, that was super fun. Nice work. So just for those of you who don't know, so Carolina and Eric just did L5S1 with their legs against each other's legs and their thumbs up against each other. It was very cute. Okay, good job, everybody. Thanks so much for coming today.